Hey, what's up, traders? It's Thursday, January 5th, 9:15 a.m., and we're going to do the morning ideas. Okay, guys, this is going to be quick. I got some guys working at the house. You can see the stuff in the background probably. So we haven't done really anything even after the FOMC minutes yesterday. You can see here in the bottom corner here, I'll make this bigger, what happened yesterday at 2 p.m. Where yesterday here at 2 p.m. we did our usual like accordion pattern where we go up a little bit, down, and then we ended up actually trading back into the middle. So we really stayed at 38.50 and we closed right on top of VWAP. You can see basically we closed right very near VWAP. Overnight we've done the same thing. If you look at these framings, I call them like the standard deviation +2 and -2 of the VWAP, you can see that we've kind of gone back and forth and we've started to trend in I guess you want to call it this like the late morning, because the market's going to open here in 15 minutes. And this is a 15-minute chart. So the last couple hours we've been moving down, but we're still not anywhere. We're still trading 38.52, which big picture is still right in the middle of this area that we've been in since the 15th of December, right? So if I continue to move this out, you'll see that we just continue to build this bell-shaped curve, and it's very, very thick in the middle. And usually this is think of a coil, right? The coil is, I've always said that when we trade in these areas, yes, we do have value, but as we churn in here, think of all of the trading that's done. It's like pushing this coil together and eventually it pops. And when we move, we go from these balanced areas to big areas of imbalance. Now, I thought that yesterday may be the catalyst that moved us out, but we really haven't done it. If I look at all three of these charts, you can see like long term for the last 6 months, we're still kind of in the thick of it. We haven't moved the VPOC down. It's just a really pretty nicely balanced profile, all things considered, for this being like over 7-8 months of trading. And then over the last couple weeks, again, very, very well balanced. So I don't, as we do this, I don't like to chase trends, but the longer that we're in here and the more we trade in here, the more energy that we create to bust out of these areas. Is it non-farm payrolls tomorrow? I don't know. I expected it to be something around the beginning of the year, because last year was like, hey, that's a down year. This year we're going to either have another down year or we're going to explode and have a really good year. I think a lot of people were waiting around for interest rate hikes. What are we going to do with that? What's going to happen with inflation and all of this stuff? Maybe the jobs number is big tomorrow. I don't know. I just know that we're waiting for some kind of a catalyst to push us out of here. And until then, we have a couple of these areas. Short term, 38.25 below, and let's say 38.80 above is really where we've been framed. This market has been framed lately. We're 25 points. So that's an area 25 points below us. We could, if you wanted, to make like a little horizontal line down here on your chart at 38.25, just so that you're aware that that's the area we're looking for. And 38.25, if you're looking at the long-term picture, it's not too far away. And I think long-term you'd have 36.75. I think we talked about that yesterday. This area 36.75. Let me move this around a little bit. Get rid of that one and move this guy down here. 36.75, 36.80 is like a longer term area below. Again, that's 200 points away. I don't know, 175 points away. I don't know that we get there anytime soon. But these are these areas that I'm framing on my charts, so that when the market gets there, those are the context areas that I'm looking to execute around. Now, again, you can look shorter term, depending on what kind of trader you are. You can look at the volume is pretty good. You can look at something like standard deviations. We'll talk about that more in the community when we do the courses, depending if you're a shorter term scalper. There's a way to trade this stuff. If you're a longer term swing trader, where you can still be intraday, but longer term, where you're not trading every 2 to 3 minutes. You're not holding trades for 30 seconds. You're holding them for a central plan. It's more like the way I trade, central plan for the day. Okay. So if I'm looking at today, it's trendy in the overnight session. If we push lower, I would look for this 38.25. It'll really be important to see what happens on the open here in 10 minutes. If we push back, I wouldn't be looking to like sell VWAP or something like that. I would be looking for the market to extend up into this 38.80 area. Look where standard deviation 2 is here on the VWAP, 38.84. That aligns perfectly with what? 38.80, this area up here at the value high. If you're looking at the top right chart, 38.85, it's the frame of where we've been when we moved higher. It's like the high of the accepted price. And so I'm looking for these areas today. And if it extends lower, 38.25 is the area I want to look at as key. If we get below 38.25, what happens is I look for stuff like this to happen. 38.25, and I'm going to make it. I'm going to bring this up big. 38.25. What I would look for is a market that would move down, okay, to 38.25, start to push through, pull back to 38.25, and move along. If we move below and we do something like this, where instead of moving back, using that as resistance above and moving lower, and we push back. Let's say we push, I'm going to move this guy up. Let's say we move back in like this. Instead of moving lower, we move back in. Then I'm looking to buy down here, value low, for the next ride back up to 38.85, because that to me looks like a failure lower, move back into value. Remember, we've been trading here. The market has told us that this is a valuable area, and the market's indifferent in here. So if we can't sustain lower prices and we move back in, we're very likely to move back to the other side. And that's how I'm looking at the market. How do we do when we get to prices where we haven't been in a while? Do we reject them? Do we accept them? Do we trade a lot underneath here, underneath where value is? That's telling me the value may be migrating lower, and I'm looking for the market to pull back and for us to move lower. So you can't trade this stuff in a black box, guys. You have to be able to understand, are we accepting prices? What has the market done lately? What's it trying to do now? And how good of a job is it doing that? Is it struggling to do that? Is it pushing away from previous prices? All of these things I'm thinking about as I'm watching the market develop. And it's nuanced. Trading is very nuanced, guys. I'm not telling you that it's easy, but the screen time will definitely help you understand these nuances. All right. I'll stop there. It's 9:23. I'm going to try to get this to you by 9:30 here. So if you guys have any questions, please let us know, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Got some awesome stuff coming up for the NFL playoffs. I'm really looking forward to telling you all about it.